All started in 1988 when I saw some other tags and some graffiti in my city, in Toulouse, in France. And it started because I was also doing a lot of skateboard, and there was a connection between skateboard and graffiti, because in all American video about skateboarding you can see like swimming pool, like empty swimming pool where the guy was skating. I've been some of it wasn't graffiti, it was more like writing, tags, logos, and I always saw that on the video and I liked it. But when I saw the first graffiti in my city, I was like, oh, what is that? You know, who are those guys? How can they do that, like so clean, so big, so crazy? So then I started drawing on paper, drawing like a regular graffiti, and then I met one of those guys one day who became my mentor, and he showed me books, he showed me Spreken art, subway art from Henry and Martha, and then this all started. And I knew it's going to be the rest of my life I want to do this, because that was so strong. There was such an intense way of, okay, we are different. Many people that influence my work, but that can be like a Japanese photographer doing nudes or like a graffiti artist. But if you talk about graffiti, yeah, there is like a couple of people. But today I don't want to say mentor, I want to say like influence. But at that time that was a real mentor, because he showed me like almost everything. Because I was really bad, really a toy, I didn't know. But that was him and Henry Chalfant and Martha Cooper, because when I saw the graffiti in my city, they were like really good. For 88, 89, they were like really good, but subway art and Spreken art, that was okay. There is another level somewhere else, and that was the good thing. But yeah, I still have big influence for many people. I fell in love really with subway art, because the ambience, the trains, there was something really strong. But the good thing with Spreken, it was in different city in America, different city in the world. There was England, there was Paris, there was everywhere. So then I understood there wasn't only like big city and a couple of guys. I really, it was worldwide. And then that was it. That was interesting, because I think at that time I didn't realize, but I was already thinking, oh cool, that's going to be a nice way to travel. And I love to travel, so. In French, you say something did tilt to you, that means it pop up to your mind. It'd be, oh, tilt. So I wanted to have more like, because at that time people, they were choosing their name because of the letters, like S, B, R, A, O, like rounded letters where you can put lots of style, lots of curves, lots of style. Me, I choose T, I, L, T, which is a really hard name, because there is no letters that you can add lots of style. And I think that's the reason why I turned to paint really bubblish, like using bubble letters, because that was really hard, like spending 10 years doing bars, straight bars. So I turned to the bubble style because I was frustrated only having these stupid bars in my name. But yeah, that's the origin of the name Tilt. Coming from a really classic graffiti style, it took a long time to realize that the environment is important. So the thing we did before, if I paint that wall, like when I started in the early 80s, I only took the picture of the piece. Now I realize everything around is really important. How the wall is destroyed, the graffiti close to mine, like a garbage can with the name of the city written on it, a car, a phone booth, everything. So now when I paint outside like this, like illegal nighttime or this kind of stuff, it's really important, like the scenery is really important. Here, it was hard. When I came, I didn't really have time, I didn't know the city, it was snowing, it was raining. I was looking for a wall, I didn't know if I can paint, if it's dangerous, police, blah, blah, blah. But I saw that wall and I knew I'm gonna paint like the flag, because everywhere I go, I travel, I paint my name with the flag in it. And when I saw the yellow wall, and yellow and red is like crazy for me, I love yellow and red, I said, okay, I need to paint that wall, especially because it's dirty, it's ripping off. So I try, it's a mix between texture, location, and and scenery. I did a European tour in 1999 with some skateboarders and some friends, and I don't remember why. I did like a Belgium flag in my name. We're gonna touring, and maybe when we go to Holland, I do the Holland flag, and Germany and Denmark, and we go to Spain. It's gonna be like a little collection. I have a fetishist mind for many things, you know, like, yeah, picture, high heels, figures. I am a fetishist, so I'm thinking, oh cool, a new collection. And but then it became like almost like a disease, because everywhere I go now I need to do the flag. After my 30 or 35th, I decide, okay, let's go for this crazy project. Before I die, I want to do like the 192, maybe it's going to move, you know, but 190 something country in the world with my throw up with the flag. Now what I'm doing, for example, now I am in Istanbul and I'm going to take a ticket. I'm going to go to Romania, Bulgaria, spend 1 or 2 days in a little road trip with a car and try to find spot to paint the country flag. And then I take the currency of each country and I do this flag with my throw up on the currency. And in the back of the frame there is the real picture, like a certificate of authenticity. Like, okay, you don't buy a bill like with a throw up with a country flag. You buy, or you get, or you see the experience or the adventure that I went to Romania, to Korea, to Spain, to Japan, to this kind of thing. So this is my favorite piece, my favorite project, because when I show that in a gallery or like in a museum, people, they look at it, and when they know when they understand the project, I think even it's only like 36 or today it's 42 bills, I think they understand more like the history of it and how graffiti can take someone like, okay, my major aim gonna be, I want to be everywhere in the world. So it's a little bit like crazy, you know, but graffiti is like that. You start in your street, you want to be the king of your street, but the king of the city. There is this thing like megalomaniac, really, you know, but in a good way. We're not like, I mean, I'm not like showing off like I'm the king, but it's like, oh, this is still, and but then you go like Europe, oh, US, oh, Asia, oh, what about the world? Why not? So maybe I do it, maybe I can't, but I love to do that. The birds is another kind of work that I only started maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I did a hotel room in Marseille. It's called the Panic Room. So it was a project that the girl of the hotel, she let the room to, there is 6 rooms. She asked 6 artists or designer, here is the room, you do what you want to do. So I wanted to put people in this situation where they can be in a very destroyed, ghetto, graffiti, hardcore place, but at the same time a place where they can feel, okay, we're gonna rest because it's a hotel room. So I cut the room in half, like on a straight line that cut the floor, the ceiling, the window, the TV, the bed, everything, the pillows, everything. So you can be in the dirty side or you can be in the white side. And that was about schizophrenia, that was about I don't know, like chaos and calm. That was about that. So after that I say, oh, this is, lots of people liked it. There was like 500,000 views on Vimeo, crazy. I wasn't expecting that, but I liked, because before that I was doing lots of work with lots of details, many letterings, doing figurative stuff, and this work was more about freedom bombing with fat caps, like the big cap you put on the can to have like big lines, something more like dirty and more like, yeah, primitive. So after that I said, okay, why don't you try doing that on canvas or like in your studio work? And I started that on canvas, but I say, okay, it's interesting on canvas, but something is missing. And I say, okay, I know I need to get something from the street, like elements from the street, garbage can, a car, this kind of thing. So I stole a garbage can in the street, I cut it, and I paint it. And I cut it because the idea was, when people talk about graffiti, they talk about vandalism. And to me, there's a part of vandalism, but the real vandalism is when an object is losing its function. Like if you have a train and you have graffiti on the train and people they say, yeah, it's vandalized, it's vandalism. Okay, but the train still carry people from this station to the other station, so it's not vandalism. If you have a tag on a window, still the window, the wind cannot come, you know. Okay, so I was thinking, okay, that's cool, because this time people, they can say this garbage can is vandalized because the function is dead. So I did that with a car. I cut the car and I wanted to have it like a canvas. And same thing, that people, they say, oh, this car is trashed, vandalized. Yeah, of course, you cannot ride the car anymore. There was many problems because I wanted to be really close to reality. For example, you put a garbage can in a place where you have lots of writers, it's going to be destroyed a certain way. Like some gonna come with a spray paint, some gonna come with a marker, some gonna come with a pen, some gonna come with different materials. So I didn't want my pieces to look fake, so I have to look how outside it would have been if I let the car or my garbage can or my garbage, or for example the bus. What happened to this bus if we put it close to the Galata Bridge for a year? It's gonna be bombed, and sometimes like the whole bus gonna be done, but then a new tag and a new throw up, like small letterings, and then lots of marker, then spray paint. So this idea of layers and of different materials goes also with the idea of different handwriting, because if I'm the only one doing that work, it's going to look fake because I have only one style. I can pretend I have a second style or try to do something that is not me, but so that's why I always do those kind of work with some other writers. And this time I'm doing this with my man Kulti. He is working with me all the time, we paint together, and it's really important because he's from the young generation, so he got another handwriting. And this mix, for me, and I hope so, people who are into graffiti, they will say, okay, it looks real. People who doesn't know about graffiti, they will say, oh, it's funny, there is a bus, it's cutting in half and bombed. But if it looks fake, real graffiti people, they will say, well, that's cool, okay, it's a bus, but it looks fake. For me, that would be like the worst thing. To me, what is important is like the pleasure or like the little adventure that you're gonna have when you do a painting. Of course, here it was different. You don't know, the police gonna stop. They're gonna arrest you. They're gonna say hello. People, they're gonna hate that. They're gonna like it. So there is something close to people, and lots of things that can happen that you don't expect. In a museum or in a gallery, you control everything, but at the same time, you do something different. I cannot cut a bus, put it here, and then do my work. So for me, I don't. But lots of people, they say, yeah, but it's different because it's inside, it's an institution, it's losing something, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, but today I'm doing this bus in the museum. Yesterday night I was with local writers painting in the street at 2 AM. So it's just like, okay, it's another work, but it's really close to the work I was doing yesterday night, 2 AM, you know, and I'm not thinking, okay, this is good, this is bad, the approach is different, but for me it's just something really, really close, you know.